great to see some defensive plays. We're going to talk defense, offense, and even some basketball back here at Rice Stadium before the Rice Owls and Wagner Seahawks kick it off from Houston, Texas. Again, I'm Brett Dolan. Keith Moreland has stepped out. Mike Rhoades, the head basketball coach of Rice, has stepped in. Coach, good to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Last year, you guys had a fantastic finish to your season. 8 conference wins, and I know some people might be saying, hey, that's not a lot, but you came in, the cupboard was somewhat bare, and you had to engineer a turnaround, and I personally watched your success, and we had some of your games on ASN as you guys got better and better as the season went along.
Yeah, we were really excited with our finish, and very quickly we were changing the culture of the program and try to change the style of play, and it doesn't happen overnight, but we got hot at the end of the year, and guys just had the belief to find ways to win, and we did that. It was an exciting year, and carrying that into this season.
You talked about changing the culture. I don't know if people realize that started with Navy SEAL training before you guys kicked off practice.
Absolutely. 5 a.m. in the morning for a full week here on campus, and we got muddy, we got wet, we were running all over the place, and it was really neat because by the end of the week, the guys have just bought into it, and they were having so much fun with it. And you can have a lot of fun while you're working really hard, and that's sort of our motto.
Your best line was, we hosed them off and then sent them to class.
Exactly. Breakfast in class, and we're going to do it again here in 2 weeks. And some of us older coaches, our bodies are hurting already, but we're really excited, and we've got a lot of new faces to experience that as well.
That was the key part. I mean, the coaches went through this as well. It wasn't like
Absolutely.
You were blowing whistles. You were participating.
No, and it hurt. It hurt, but it was fun because, when you sweat with your players, the players really respect that. And then there's a buy-in that everybody's a part of. And, yeah, we sweated with them, and there were times they were pulling us along, and there were times where we were trying to pull them along. There was a lot of them pulling us more most of the time.
There's different stages of buy-ins. I'm sure early in the year the coaches are willing to give the new coach a try, and then you got to see how things play out. You had some tough losses early, but I mentioned you got better and better. You had some huge wins on the road in conference play right about February, and if the buy-in didn't take place by then, it certainly did once they saw the results.
Absolutely. I think from the start the guys liked our style of play, how we're going to play faster, try to get up and down more, shoot a lot of threes. But until you win, then you have the buy-in. Everybody liked what we were doing, but you want results to it too. And most high school and college kids at that part of their lives, they want results. The biggest thing we told them was just honor the process. Keep honoring the process, and when we get there, you'll see some wins. And we started winning, and then the buy-in and the belief was there, and it still is. And now we're building on that.
For people who don't know your background, you came from VCU. In fact, when VCU was in the Final Four here in Houston, you were part of that staff with Shaka Smart, who's now the head coach at Texas. So both of you guys are in the – is the state big enough for the two of you?
Oh, absolutely. I know he's going to have great success there, and I know he's going to really support us and follow our Owls as well. So, no, there's plenty of room where we all like really good players, so we're going to recruit really hard against each other, but we're going to have a lot of fun doing it too.
I know how hard you have recruited this Rice team, and of course it's not easy to get kids into this institution. You have to have very high academic progress and high standards here, but what do you have to look forward to now coming into this season?
Well, we got a lot of new faces. We got 6 new faces, five freshmen who we recruited really hard, we're really excited about, and a transfer, Igor Kulichov from Arizona State, who sat out last year. And all 6 of those guys are going to help us. We're going to throw them in the fire. It creates great depth for our program in our second year. So now we can press more in the game. We can press longer. We can play faster. And when you do that, when you play fast and you play a lot of guys, it really creates great morale. And so I'm really excited about that. And we're out and beating the bushes right now, trying to get another really good class to add to this freshman class. And you're as good as your players. And so we got to go out there. And what's neat, and everybody asks me, because of the academic requirements of a place like Rice, is you're right from the start recruiting and identifying high-level kids that are serious about basketball as well as their academics, and that's been a lot of fun in recruiting those type of kids.
All right, final thought. You mentioned you like to play fast, you like to press, and last year you really didn't have depth, so those kids had to play some extra minutes, and now as you build up that depth, I would imagine the tempo can go faster, you can do more things pressing defensively, which only feeds into what you really want to do.
Exactly. And well, what happens now with depth is you can press more possessions in a game. Last year we had to pick our spots depending on foul trouble, depending on the way the game was called with officiating. Now we don't have to do that. We can just try to bring guys in waves and just try to wear people down, and then go win the game in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Coach, we appreciate your
Thank
time
you so
and look
much.
forward to next year. And you were part of the first lightning delay in Rice Stadium since 2007.
That's crazy. This doesn't happen indoors, I'll tell you that.
That's right. Basketball season, it doesn't lightning, it doesn't matter. We're going to throw things to the ASN bloopers after this break.